My husband disappeared 2 months ago, and yesterday I found out he never really existed. Even as I write this, my hands are shaking because none of it feels real, and yet it all is. My entire marriage, every moment, every memory I thought I had with him was a lie. Ethan and I met 5 years ago on a dating app. He wasn't like the other guys. He was quiet, calm, and attentive in a way that made me feel safe. He told me he worked in IT security, which explained his unpredictable schedule and long hours behind a screen. We clicked instantly. He had this deep, grounding presence that made me think he was the one. Within a year, we were married in a small ceremony, just close friends and family. Or at least, that's what I believed. Our first few years together were good, simple. He'd bring me coffee in bed, we'd binge shows together, plan weekend trips, and talk about starting a family. He was thoughtful, always just a little mysterious, but I figured that was just who he was. Private, introverted, serious about work. Whenever I'd ask about his past, he'd smile and say, "Some stories are better left untold." I laughed it off back then. I wish I hadn't. 2 months ago, Ethan told me he was going on a work trip to Chicago. It wasn't unusual, so I didn't think twice. He kissed me goodbye, promised to call when he landed, but he never did. His phone went straight to voicemail. I texted him, emailed him, tried calling his office, but got nothing. I reported him missing after 3 days, and that's when things started falling apart. The police ran his information. There was no record of an Ethan Cross working at the company he claimed to. No employment records, no tax filings, no driver's license under that name. Even his social security number and fake. At first, I thought there had to be some kind of mistake. I tore through our house looking for anything. Documents, photos, receipts, something to prove he was real. That's when I noticed how empty everything actually was. There were no old photos of him before we met. No childhood pictures, no friends from before our wedding, not even a social media account. The few photos we did have together on my phone, deleted. Every single one, even from the cloud. A week later, I got a letter in my mailbox. No return address, no handwriting I recognized. Just a single printed line on plain paper. "You deserve the truth. Check the birth certificate." It made no sense, but I did it. I went to the city clerk's office and requested a copy of our marriage certificate. The clerk looked at me like I was crazy. "There's no record of this marriage," she said. I showed her the framed certificate I'd kept in our bedroom for years. She studied it for a few seconds and said flatly, "This is a forgery." I remember standing there, completely numb. My ears were ringing, my heart pounding so hard I couldn't hear the rest of what she said. I went home and sat on the floor of our bedroom, surrounded by the life I thought we'd built together, and realized none of it belonged to me. I decided to search deeper. I contacted a private investigator. Within a week, she called me back, her voice hesitant. "Whoever this man is," she said, "he's used at least 4 different names in the last 10 years, all with different addresses, different IDs, and every time, he disappears without a trace." That's when I remembered the storage unit he used to visit once every few months. I'd never been inside it. He always said it was just old work stuff, but I needed answers. I convinced the company to let me in, pretending I was his wife dealing with his belongings. Inside, it was almost empty, except for one metal box on the floor. I opened it, expecting old papers or maybe equipment. Instead, I found dozens of passports, all with Ethan's face but different names, fake IDs, cash, and a photo of me, taken years before we ever met. That was the moment everything clicked. He hadn't stumbled into my life. He'd been watching me, studying me, choosing me. For what reason, I still don't know. I turned everything over to the police, but they've told me there's little they can do. Every trail leads to another dead end. He's gone, vanished like he was never here at all. And now, when I lie in bed at night, I can still hear his voice, calm, steady, reassuring, saying, "You're safe with me." But I don't think I ever was. I think I was just part of his plan. And whatever that plan was, it's not over.